You know, if you have your phone, and you're in the middle of your workout, and something, and I was like, okay, I can't do this. Wow. I can't do this. And I remember thinking, I was like, do not disturb is great, but I want to teach my brain that I don't even need the phone.
Impact. 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 In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. My muscle tough as the hustle, the numbers is just that. And I'ma keep winning and sit back. I love the feeling of killing them with that. Attacking the process, tackling topics, master synopsis. This the residual impact, yeah.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your man, Brandon JaMichael.
And your man, JaMichael Moore. And we are the Residual Impact Podcast.
Here we inspire others to find the greatness within themselves.
And then apply it to their community.
Let's go.
Man.
Hey, second episode of 2023.
Hey, man. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you as well. I know we did say it the last time around, but, you know, Happy New Year again.
You know?
Is there really a limit to where you can say Happy New Year?
Of course not. As long as we don't say Happy New Year's. We're saying Happy New Year.
Oh, yeah, I never say Happy New Year's. I don't know why people throw the S at the end of it, because it's just awkward.
It's a common thing. I don't think we realize. I did it a long time for myself. I can't lie about that. But it's okay, though. I corrected it.
As long as you've recognized it and you can correct it, that's all that matters.
Yeah, man.
Just like how some people say minds, which is weird. And something else I've noticed lately, some people, I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus, but, you know, there's nobody here, obviously. Some people have said liked it. Like, I've heard people say liked it before.
Hey, I'm not a grammar police, so I can't knock anybody. I'm from the South, so look, you hear some crazy things from the South. Hey.
But with that being said, before we dive in a little bit more, first and foremost, thank each and every single one of you guys for tapping in today to another new episode of the Residual Impact Podcast. We greatly appreciate y'all for listening to us. And if you're watching us on YouTube or any of the other platforms that we may be on, be sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you never miss when we upload a new video. Also, don't forget to leave a comment. And if I didn't say hit the thumbs up, you already know, hit the thumbs up.
Please.
And like I always say, we're going to bypass what Mike says because we don't roll that way.
Hey, look, y'all already know. I say you can hit the
dislike
button,
not even,
okay? Because
we're not even going into that right now. Because
honesty, okay?
Hey, honesty is the best policy. I get it.
Sometimes they got to tell us what we're doing wrong to know.
They can tell us what we're doing wrong without hitting the dislike button.
You know, hey, he don't want to be real, but I'm going to be real with y'all, okay? Hit the dislike button. I'm not even mad at you, okay?
Anyway, with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we have an amazing show lined up for y'all today. Mm-hmm. And I know I say that every episode, but this one, like, I truly mean it. Because this has been a long time coming, for real.
Yes.
You know, Mike's over here rubbing his hands like Birdman because we've definitely had this one in the books for a while. So, Mike, what do we have?
So here today, man, we have somebody really special to me who's they've been a very pivotal person in my life. They has given me a lot of inspiration and has encouraged me through many times and taught me a lot. So this person is not only a mom, they're a writer, they're a wife, they're a fitness mindset coach, depression and burnout survivor, the one, the only Shelly B.
Shelly, welcome. How you doing today?
I am excellent. Thank you so much for having me. This has been a long time coming, so I'm so happy to be here.
Most definitely.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming because, like you said, it's definitely been a long time. Like,
yes.
And it's crazy because you have had the privilege of seeing the behind the scenes. Like,
I have.
While we've recorded episodes, when we first started, like in the middle of the journey, the whole nine, like, it's been crazy because nobody else has had that privilege unless they've been a guest here.
Yeah.
And, you know, you've had that privilege way before anybody else.
And
so
it's been
we greatly appreciate
journey
that.
to watch.
Yeah.
I'm so proud of you guys.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
perseverance and just the determination.
Yeah.
And just the inspiration that you're giving to the whole community to never give up, to just keep going.
Yeah.
And so I'm glad to be here to be on those same lines with you guys and share that same type of inspiration.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I could definitely say you are inspiration as well, because I remember when we first started this, you straight up told me, you was like, I ain't ready just yet, but I am, and I'm gonna let you know when I'm ready. And so it's dope just to see you here now, definitely in a space of like growth and showing people like, look, I told you I was gonna do something. I'm doing it. You know what I mean?
We had this conversation many, many months ago, and I was so fearful about starting up and starting to create stuff, and I was really, really nervous, but just watching you guys day to day and watching your grind, it inspired me that, just take it a little bit at a time.
Yes.
Just one step at a time.
Yes.
And,
most definitely.
And just keep moving forward.
Yeah. I
And
love that.
you have inspired me as well. Like, I will definitely say that. I don't know you on the same level that Mike does, but I didn't think that I could ever just like not be in the, well, I don't want to jump ahead, but I will say I didn't think that I could ever really be in the gym without a certain device in my hand. Let's just say that before we get there.
Okay, let's just say that before
we get there. Yeah.
But I think before we do, what we like to do, Michelle, is we always ask, how was each other's week? So with you being our guest, we're going to ask you, how has the week been for you?
The week has been excellent so far. I have to say, there's been some scary moments.
Yeah.
Life comes at you fast.
Yes.
That's what,
Yes.
that's what me and my boys always share growing up. My middle son actually said it when he was like middle school. He was like, Mom, guess what? I was like, what? He was like, life comes at you fast. And I was like, I like that.
Yeah.
So, but overall, it's been a great week. It's been a great start to the new year.
Yes.
And a lot of that has to do with what we're going to talk about today.
Let's go.
I love it.
That's
good.
why it's been a great start, because I actually planned for it to be great.
Ooh.
Okay.
I think you said some key right there. You said I planned for it. Some people just allow life to happen, but nah, you planned for it. I love that. I love that, man.
Yeah.
Man, that's amazing. That's great. It's really nice, yo. Like, for real. Shoot. How was your week, man?
Well, this week has been, like you say, it's been full of ups and downs. I'm learning to take each moment by moment and not to worry about so much in the future. Just, hey, whatever you got next with me, God, like, let me handle that. Let me not try to do too much. Let me just focus on this and do this the most efficiently way. I don't know if that's the proper way to say it, but I knew you was going to correct me. But it's okay. It's okay.
I mean, if you put a most in front of it, like most efficiently.
Look.
You got to drop the Lee.
I don't care. I'm from the South, okay? That's a word in the South somewhere, all right?
Where?
I just try to do things as efficient as possible, and then literally, man, just make the best of each moment as I can. That's what I've been doing. But that's what this week has been in a nutshell for me.
Okay, I dig that.
How about you?
This week has been a week of recovery. As you guys know, what I mentioned in the last episode, the whole month of December, I was sick. I can't say that I was on my deathbed because I wasn't, but at times it felt like it.
Yeah.
So we hadn't recorded in a long time, so it was just playing catch up.
Yeah.
The last week has been just nothing but catch up and making sure that I try my best to map out what we got, what we have coming up for the future, because I've been planning a lot.
Hey.
I've been working on a lot of things for us, man. I have some things that I'm cooking up behind the scenes. I haven't told you yet. You'll find out when the time comes. Y'all definitely don't know yet. Y'all will find out when the time comes, and we're just going to keep it like that. But he's going to find out first, obviously, because he's a part of it. So
let's keep growing. Let's keep growing. I love that, brother. I love that.
Yeah, that's how the week's been for me, just planning.
Yeah. Well, I already know, man. We have a guest, so we got to show some hospitality to the guest first and foremost. So, Shelly B.
Yes.
Can you just tell us a little bit about yourself first and foremost?
Please do.
Who don't know nothing about you.
Nobody knows nothing about me. Okay, so let me tell you. First and foremost, I'm a mom.
Yes.
I'm a wife. Yes. I have had many jobs throughout my life, and I have many things. My biggest passion, though, has been personal training. Has always been a part of my journey ever since the first time, and we're going to get into this, but ever since the first time I had to lose over 50 pounds in my life. But when I did that, that inspired me to go into training.
Yeah.
And then that led me to other things in life. I got out of that for a little while, and I actually, and we'll talk about this, but I lost myself when I got out of it and stopped taking care of myself. I became the client that I had always trained, because I got back into the corporate world and stepped away and then just let that corporate setting kind of consume me.
Yeah.
And did not find the balance in life. And so that's what brings everything to this point. So when you ask who I am, I'm a regular person, just like all other women. And I'm striving to always be my best. And I know that I can just say when COVID shut down when COVID shut down the world and all the gyms and everything closed, and I had no choice but to take a step back from life, because God slowed us all down during that.
Yeah, he did.
He definitely did. He said, hold up.
The world.
You gotta chill.
Exactly.
Gotta chill.
And when he did that and I took a step back from life, I didn't like what I saw.
Right.
Yeah. I didn't like the point that I had gotten to in my life as far as not taking care of myself.
Yeah.
And so that's what made me want to inspire, because I had to rediscover that journey. And I had to go back to being the client, which I don't know how many people are on their journey already. I don't know where you guys are in your workout journey or in your physical health, but we all know how we have to talk to ourselves to get ourselves to do the right things a lot of the times. But, we're also good at ignoring ourselves, too.
Oh, yeah.
That is true.
Yeah, that's true.
So we're going to talk about all of that. But that's who I am. I'm just someone who wants to inspire someone else that it's never too late.
Yeah.
I became a runner at 50.
Wow.
Man.
That's when I started seriously running, was at 50.
Wow.
And when I first started, I could only walk 15 minutes a day. Wow. But I just did not stop. I just kept going. It became my therapy.
Yeah.
So that's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah. I definitely can see that too, because when you're outside, it's something that relaxes you, and just like as a balance that is like nothing else. So I can believe that.
Yeah.
Man, I got just a few things that you said that had my mind just like turning. Runner at 50.
Yeah.
As some of you guys may have known, if y'all follow us on the gram, my birthday just passed. You know what I'm saying? I turned 28.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Hold on.
I turned 28, yeah.
Plus.
Again. So, definitely, like, I need to become a runner, because I said year 28 was going to be the best year ever.
Yeah, I think you need to add a couple more years, though, to that, brother. I'm just not
30? Yeah, sure. When I turned 30, I said I was going
Okay.
But nah, like, I said year 34. If you want to be...
There you go, man.
Hush. Year 34 was just going to be my best year yet. So I wanted to make sure that my fitness game is going to be on point.
Yeah.
And there is no excuse for me to be fully able-bodied and, still be in a place where I am right now physically anyway, because I've seen people who are handicapped.
Yeah.
Who have definitely like changed stuff about them physically, with perseverance and hard work and they didn't let anything stop them. Why am I letting things stop me?
Right. Well, and I can just share with you one story in particular. When I first started, I used to, the thing that I want people to know about this journey is sometimes you have to do it on your own. You have to get with yourself. Yeah. And really like challenge yourself. So when I first started and I was going to the park by myself solo, I would never forget seeing this older gentleman pull up in his car, get his walker out of the trunk, and he would walk through the park on his walker. And I stopped him one day and I had a conversation. He was 100.
Wow.
He was 100. And
seriously,
and we talked for a long time, and I told him, I said, you inspire me, because every time I come, you're here. Wow. And he just was like, yeah, this is what keeps me going. He said, I have to get up and get out the house every day and do something productive.
Wow.
100? He was 100.
Let's give it up for that, first and foremost, because That's amazing. That is amazing.
I have a video with him somewhere on my phone. I just gotta find it. It's just
please
amazing.
do. If you find it, send it to Mike. He can
Throw
throw it up.
that in there. That's amazing.
And so that was the very beginning of my journey.
Mm-hmm.
And it just inspired me so much that I said, you know what? It doesn't matter. I don't care how slow I go. Every day I'm going to do something towards my goal.
Mm-hmm. Now I dig that.
You also said something like the first time you lost 50 pounds. So was there more than one time?
Yes.
Hold on now.
Wow.
You know some people don't even do that one time. You talking about more than once?
Yes.
Okay, you got to tell us about that, because how do you even do that?
Well, like most women, I've struggled with weight my whole life.
Mm-hmm.
I have. And it runs in my family. Like, like most families, most African American families, we struggle sometimes with fitness and nutrition and staying on track. And I didn't grow up. I grew up always playing a sport, but I didn't grow up in the most healthiest environment.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So after I had my boys, I spent a lot of years still hanging on to what most women call the baby weight.
Right.
And then we look, and the baby is like 12.
Bruh.
And I'm not down anybody because I know how hard it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I know how many times we say we're going to start and we don't start.
Yeah.
And when I did it the first time, it was after I had my sons.
Mm-hmm.
And really one of the things that prompted me to do it is I was getting hired for a job where your weight was a requirement because it was in law enforcement at the time.
Okay.
And I had a struggle. And I really wanted that job, and I really needed that job. I was unemployed at the time. And I was like, okay, well, guess what? Here's the motivation.
Right.
And when I did it, I needed to lose, I believe, somewhere around 22 pounds or something like that. And I lost 25, but I did not stop. That year, I went from 225 pounds down to 165.
Wow.
But that's because when I lost the initial weight, I kept going. I didn't stop. That's when I really was making it part of my life. Because you go through the training academy, which is kick butt.
Yeah.
It was 6 to 8 weeks in the training academy. And because of that physical activity, my body just took hold of it. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to keep going. And that's, after leaving law enforcement, I became a personal trainer. Mm-hmm. Did that successfully for many, many years until I got burnt out from that and said, let me switch directions. Mm-hmm. And when I switched directions, it kind of all fell apart because I didn't keep up the routine.
Right.
It's all about your routine. And it's all about making exercise and movement. I'm not talking about going to the gym and slinging around a whole bunch of weights and all of that. If that's what you want to do and that's what you're comfortable doing, fine. Mm-hmm. But if you're like me, starting from scratch or starting over, the first thing you need to do is spend some time with your body and learn your body. The only way you can do that, start walking. Start seeing capacity, what your heart is capable of. What I don't want to see people do, especially in this new year that we're in, is spend a bunch of money and get a bunch of memberships that you're not going to use.
Yep.
Or I'm not even going to say you're not going to use them. You may not. You got a membership you use?
Yes, I do.
Do you use it?
I do.
Okay.
Not as often as I should.
But that's going to get better because I'm
Yes, it's definitely getting better. You've inspired me as soon as you pulled up today.
You got a membership?
I don't. I'm cheap. So
you work out?
I do. But I use the free one at my apartment. Though.
Okay.
You
got the
he
free
said,
one.
I'm cheap.
I'm getting a free one.
But it's all about when you're starting over. I think it's all about forgiving yourself for letting it get that bad, because that's a huge weight that needs to be lifted in order for you to move forward. Is you have to forgive yourself for letting it get that bad. Especially for me, it was so hard because I'm 50 years old. I was in the fitness industry. I knew better. But life happens. Life happens. Remember that I said life comes at you fast earlier?
Yes.
Yeah.
Life comes at you fast, and then you look up just from your inactivity. A few years later, you look up and you like, So I'm here to help you break that.
Ooh, that's good.
Man, that's key.
I'm here to help you break that.
And it's funny that you mentioned the 50 pounds because I remember seeing a meme years ago. I don't think I've saved it, but if I could come across it again, I'll send it to you. You throw it up in the episode if you want. But like, I think it says something along the lines of losing 50 pounds is equivalent to like losing a mattress off your body. Like the weight of a mattress is typically 50 pounds. Of course, it varies because not every mattress is created equal.
Right.
But losing 50 pounds is the equivalent, like 50 pounds of fat is like the equivalent of a mattress. Yeah. That's heavy.
It is.
Yes. And imagine the mental weight that's lifted off of you, besides the physical weight. Your mind just feels clearer. All what goes with that weight is everything that was holding you down, as long as you keep a steady routine.
Wow. I didn't even think about that. So it's like when you shedding the pounds, you actually shedding
that mental weight.
Wow. That's deep.
Very.
Yeah. Because you got to think about what exercise does. Exercise is what helps the body understand stress. We all talking about we're stressed out. Yeah. We're all talking about everything that's mental. Your body has to exercise in order to teach your brain how to react in stressful situations.
And you know, that's very true, because anytime I've ever like had a consistent week working out, I've always like it translates to more than just me and working out. Like I feel like I'm on everything else. Like I feel like I'm just handling everything else because I've already had a good week working out. And that's actually really true right there.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because I relate that to like going to church. You know what I'm saying? We know not everybody does it. But it's like sometimes you don't want to get up early in the morning on a Sunday to go to church. But after the service, it's like, man, that was great. I'm glad I went.
Yeah.
And the same thing with the gym. Nobody really wants to wake up early in the morning unless you actually in that routine and you're just like, your body's so used to it and conditioned to it and your mind is used to it and conditioned to it. You wake up early, maybe 4 o'clock in the morning, hit the gym by 5:30, get your workout in, shower, get dressed, go to work for the rest of your day. Your mind is clear for the rest of the day. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like you have that feeling, that sense of, I just accomplished something in the morning.
Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like how people say when you have that first task, like as soon as you get out of bed, the very first thing you should do, other than brush your teeth, of course, make up your bed. Yeah. Because when you make up your bed, you've accomplished something. Yeah. Right? That is the very first thing that you've accomplished in the morning. Mike, I know I told you this a while ago, back when I was like 27, when we first started the podcast. Bruh. Sometimes when I wake up in the morning, I start to do push-ups just so I can make sure I'm up.
Yeah.
I don't do it every day, but, you know, that's something that's definitely going to change, especially after today.
Yeah.
Especially after today.
Well, it's about creating that. It's about creating a routine.
Yes.
And so when I talk to people about where I am in my journey, I just try to always remind them I had a day one, just like everybody else. Yeah. The only difference is I kept going. The routine is so important.
Right.
That you have to put yourself in a position. That's why I tell all of my clients now, I don't care if you just do 15 minutes a day. I don't care if you just do 10 minutes. Do something where your body remembers what you did the day before. Your body. That's how you build consistency.
But okay, so let's just say somebody starting on this fitness journey, right? Day one, man, they do it. They feel great. Day two, all right, man, I'm at it again. Day three, my mind is telling me, yo, come on now, we done did 2 days. Like, hold on now. Let's take it easy a little bit. What do you do when that happens right there?
Okay, so when you feel that is your discipline starting to wane. Okay? Because creating a routine is about discipline. So when you feel your discipline waning, that's why I have my achievement calendar.
Y'all look at this.
Now, the achievement calendar, what it does is I look at this every morning. And you know what? I'm going to back it up a little bit because that's from last year. I'm going to start with this year so you guys know exactly what I look at.
Already on it, too.
Okay, so yeah, I was on it day one, on the 1st, worked out. So this hangs right by my bedroom. It hangs on the wall. And every morning I look at my week. I see how many rest days I had. I see how many days I worked out. That'll tell me, like, tomorrow, because I worked out today, I could take a rest day since I have these other days.
Right.
But it depends on how many times I want to work out this week.
Okay.
But I still have these days. I try to take the pressure off by making it something that I look at each week and each day. So as I look at it now, tomorrow I will work out because I have a huge race coming up on the 29th.
Oh, shoot.
It's going to be my first 15K.
15K?
Okay.
Good Lord.
That's major.
It's major and it's really emotional for me because I was preparing this time last year. I was preparing for my first 5K.
Wow.
Dang.
This time last year.
Yeah, progress.
And you'll see it. Yay, me. See, that was my first 5K.
Wow.
Back on February 22nd.
Wow.
So now I'm getting ready for that 15K, which is 9 miles.
9 miles. Oh, Lord.
Having this accountability, gentlemen, is what helps me each day. Because it's not even just, as you can see, it's not always like an strenuous workout. On Saturday, I just did yoga and meditation.
Okay.
So this accountability is nothing to do with work. There's no work allowed on here. This achievement and accountability is just for me, and it's just for my fitness and mental health. I have my days where I have rest days, I have meditation days, but this gives me a clear look every time I wake up. When I wake up and I'm passing this calendar on my way to the restroom to start my day, I'm looking and I'm like, okay, look what I accomplished last week. Wow. All right, look how much I've done this week. And I write it down every day and it keeps me focused.
Now let's say, you know, you said you're a mom, you're a wife, and you know, you help other people. Let's say somebody done stress you out in that day. You be like, man, I don't feel like writing on this board or something like that, or they made me mad. Like, how do you stay consistent with writing that? Because, you know, life be lifing sometimes.
Oh, yeah. So life be life, and it comes at you fast.
You know what I mean?
I know.
So what do you do in that situation?
Now,
like,
some days I do have to catch up. Like, if I don't write it down every single day, I just have to remember what I did the day before.
Okay.
Because there are some days where, you know, life happens. There are some days I'm like, oh, I missed 2 days. What did I do yesterday? But that's when I have my heart rate monitor. Oh, I love my heart rate monitor. Y'all know about heart rate monitor?
Not quite.
I don't.
Okay.
Talking about thing that go around.
Well, mine particularly, I wear it. Mine is particularly just because it's more comfortable. Mine is a chest strap. I think I brought Alex with me. I named my stuff. Alex is my trainer.
She giving us keys though. Like, think about that. Like, she giving names that makes it more personal. Makes it actually like, okay, this ain't just a device I'm using.
Look,
you know what I mean? I can see that. That makes sense.
Look, I love it.
Let me see Alex. Bring out Alex.
Now, real quick before we get to Alex, I noticed that on your calendar, you have each day color coded.
Yes.
Now, how did you come up with that? Like, does that just help you to distinguish what days are what? Because I see your rest days are all in red,
right?
And your other workouts are different colors as well. Like,
I didn't even peep that. Wow.
Yeah,
I like that. Now, the rest days are always in red.
Okay.
Nothing else really had the rest of it is just I like different colors.
I got you.
And I don't want to see a whole bunch of black on there.
Yeah.
But the rest days are definitely all in red because my goal is to never have 2 rest days back back to back.
Because then it might turn into 3,
Yeah.
and then 4, and then 5.
So I space. So anytime I see 2 days that are red back to back, I know that day I have to go. It's not even an option.
Wow.
But that's why it keeps me so focused.
I like that.
Me too. Wow.
But it's just a fun way, taking it back old school. This is old school, y'all.
Yeah.
My grandmother, I grew up going to her house almost on a daily basis. And she had a calendar right by her bed because my grandmother, by the time I was a teenager, she was bedridden from sickness. But
I can relate.
she had she ruled our whole family with an iron fist from that bed with the calendar next. She would call you up. What are you doing? Blah, blah. But seeing that calendar every day, I would go and she would have it marked off. That you know how old school.
Oh yeah.
You know how old school grandmas are, right?
Oh yeah.
And this just came to me when I was in the healing process from burnout and from depression. I had to keep it simple. The phone was stressing me out. Yeah. I could not even bring myself to put notes and stuff in it because I didn't want it anywhere around me.
Yeah.
I was so burnt out and so mentally exhausted that I needed something old school. I needed something that didn't require the use of my phone.
Yeah.
And so that's where my achievement calendar comes in.
I definitely want to get an achievement calendar now.
$5.
Got to.
Like $5.
Please send us the link to that one. I like that. It looks like it's Office. Oh, I'm not. You know what? Actually, y'all need to sponsor us first. I'm not gonna say your name. You see the brand?
A supply store.
Uh-oh.
A supply store. There you go.
We're just
So
gonna say
look, I might have to talk a little low key about Alex.
Nah, man, you can go ahead. You can go ahead.
Listen.
Yeah, explain to us, Alex. Show us Alex.
But Alex is my heart rate monitor. And like I said, I chose this specific brand, which I won't name.
Hey, reach out. Matter of fact,
reach out.
You can mention it
because they might.
They might. You know. You know who to sponsor first because.
Listen.
Go and give them. You can tell. Tell
okay,
them.
So
people need to know too.
Yeah, this is Alex. This is my zone. Oh, I love. Okay. And y'all have to understand, like I said, I'm old school. I had this probably for about 8 years.
Wow.
And like when I was in that healing process and I told you just trying to grasping at straws of things that could help me. I went through a period, I logged off of social media last year for 30 days straight. I logged off of all my social media accounts. I shut down my emails. That's when I told you guys, I said, I'm going to be unavailable by email. I just had to shut everything down for 30 days to try to find what was going to work for me. Because there's so much stuff out here. You guys know you can wind up spending, I don't even know how much money.
What?
Trying to.
Too much.
Trying to get back in shape. So. I just happened to be cleaning out my nightstand. I went through a huge decluttering process, and I found this in my nightstand, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, Alex, my heart rate monitor!"
Shout out to Alex.
Shout out to Alex. But I'm gonna show you guys that keeps me focused because I know my heart rate.
Okay.
And if you're listening and you're just restarting this journey, I encourage you to get with a fitness professional to find out just where your heart rate needs to be while you're exercising. And you can find a device of your choice. But it's a great way to stay focused and give you intentional workouts. It's when you know where you need to stay, okay?
And that's why I said I know about it a little bit somewhat because when I work out, I'm always wearing this. I'm not gonna shout out the brand, but y'all know we appled out here, so y'all know what we talking about. And I usually track my workouts on it, you know, the time, of course, but you know, I don't really track the heart rate, and that's something I need to do now. You know, just thinking about it and hearing you mention it.
Yeah.
And so I'm just going to show you real quick. I'm just going to show you one of my workouts. I don't know if the audience will be able to see it, but just in one of my workouts, I'm able to see specifically because I know that my heart rate is programmed for me, where I need to be to make my workouts effective.
Yeah.
Because the one thing that I did not want to do when I did this, at 50 years old, I didn't have a whole lot of time.
Right.
I did not have a whole lot of time to get this together.
Yeah.
And working, being a mom, being a parent, taking care of other people, you have to make your workouts effective.
Yeah.
And then minimize the time so that you don't feel overwhelmed or you don't feel like you need to be in the gym 24/7
Wow.
in order to accomplish your goal. Make your goal more intentional by finding out where's the best rate to keep your heart rate to make it effective, whether it's for weight loss or strength or whatever. Fitness professionals can help with that. Okay.
How do you make it? Because, you know, it's so easy for somebody, you know, that's 50 years old and that's married, and they can use that all as an excuse. Like, man, I can't do this. I ain't got time for this. I got kids and all that. You know what I mean? Like, people can really use that as an excuse. So how did you, like, get over that and make, like, you don't even, it seems like you don't even allow that to be, like, a thought in your mind. You like, no, we're going to do this.
Oh, no. At the very beginning, it was tough. It was tough. If if I wouldn't have had that accountability and seeing it and forcing myself, challenging myself, I think that we've gotten away from daily challenges of challenging ourselves. We challenge ourselves at work. We challenge ourselves in a whole lot of areas, but we don't challenge ourselves in our daily routine as far as like really staying consistent to it. It's an intentional act that you have to desire and then strive for. Most people don't know that once you start, if you just keep it going at least 21 days, you can form a new habit. Yeah. If you keep going for 21 days, at least 21.
Yeah. That's almost close to my age, ladies and gentlemen. It's
That's
crazy.
Right.
Man,
Look at
got
that.
younger and younger every time. Oh, my goodness.
28, yeah, 21 is not that far from 28, bro. What are you talking about?
This is true.
Oh my goodness. I know one thing that actually inspired me to like just start by working out in general is something I heard from Kevin Hart. He was like, you can either look in the mirror and be proud of the way you look or be disappointed. And that just hit me. I'm like, I have no reason, because that's something that you're in control of. You're in control of getting up and going to the gym and working out. But it's like, why would I dare be disappointed in the way that I look? That means I'm just not doing something. I'm not putting forth the effort. So,
and you know, just to reiterate to most people, the weight loss for me, yes, weight loss was my goal, but I gained so much more than that. You know what I mean? It was more about me just wanting to feel good again,
Right?
yeah.
And wanting to feel consistently good, not every now and then you have a good day.
Yeah.
I wanted to feel consistently good, and that 30 days took me back and said, you know what? You need to become your own client. You need to become, you need the same help that you were helping everybody else. Now you need that help.
Yeah.
You have to become your own client, which means I had to talk to myself like a client. So every time it was like, no, I don't feel like doing it. Wait, what?
Bruh.
All of this hard work you've been putting in, now today you like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm saying take days off, but I'm saying any more than 2 days, you're going to start being like,
yeah.
Right, because I only see 2 rest days per week.
right.
Yep.
Wow.
Because that's my goal.
Just 2 per week.
2 per week, 2 rest days. And on those rest days, I call it active recovery. So I'm in the house. Those are my cleaning days. Those are my, like when the yard, I love doing yard work. I mean, it's just a different form of workout for me. Yeah. So that activity, and listen, it builds up really, really fast. Yeah. That progress, if you stop focusing on the big picture and just focus on the daily habits.
Yeah.
It builds up really quickly to progress.
Okay.
Now
we're just so used to it being instant. Yeah. We want it to be instant.
And I was gonna say something like that. Like, what about the people that's like they're not seeing the results as quick as they want to, or they feel like, man, I've been doing this for a long time, but I'm not seeing nothing.
Get some help. That's when you enlist help. You do this is how I kind of approach things. Do as much as you can on your own. And then if you get stuck, get some help.
Okay.
And try to figure it out. But try to do, I posted a post yesterday that was like, look, let's start with the things we can start with for free.
Right.
How much sleep we get. How much water we intake. How much exercise we get. Because exercise doesn't necessarily mean being in the gym all the time. Just start with a walk. And that's where another thing that helped me out came in. Y'all see this?
Yeah. We see you going old school on it. That old school right there.
And for those of y'all who were just listening and not watching us on YouTube, first and foremost, shame on y'all, because y'all need to be watching us on YouTube as well. But what she's pointing to right now is a device that some of us haven't seen in years.
Man, some of them don't even know what it is.
Yo, that's a fact.
I'm pretty sure
if y'all are tapped in and you a Gen Z and you don't know what this is.
Wow. That was like that was revolutionary when it came out.
It was. I never had one, but
again.
that is true. And all right, the suspense is killing y'all, I'm sure. It is an iPod Shuffle. All right, some of us are used to using our iPhones, or maybe even some of us still have iPod Touches.
Yeah.
But Shelly has an iPod Shuffle.
No screen.
No screen.
You don't know what's next.
Right. Just shuffle
away. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful experience. So back when I started power walking 15 minutes a day, I was doing really, really well. And I told you I logged off of social media for 30 days.
Right.
The day I came back, logged back on, and I'm like, okay, I got this now. I got this. I took my break. Nothing's going to get to me. And I was working out, and I was listening to Pandora. And I did have my phone set on Do Not Disturb. But I was using my phone at the time. And as soon as I went to change a song, I had missed the email,
okay.
And, okay, we all know that when we're exercising, when you're in the zone, and this is what it takes to really achieve results. You have to get in a zone that's all your own. You have to get in a zone that's all your own. And when I'm in the zone, when I'm focused, that will throw everything off. If you have your phone. And you're in the middle of your workout, and I was like, okay, I can't do this. Wow. I can't do this. And I remember thinking, I was like, Do Not Disturb is great, but I want to teach my brain that I don't even need the phone, which was like, my family thought, they were like, wait, what? They were like, because when I went to the park, I took all my music and I moved it to an iPod Shuffle because it challenged me. It became almost kind of like if a dress rehearsal. I picked all the songs, so I know they're all going to motivate me.
Right.
I picked them. I started working out, and guess what? The next thing I know, I'm challenging myself, run to the next song. Don't stop until the song changes. And then that song turned into 2 songs. And I was like, okay, I could keep jogging. And the next thing you know, I was like, okay, 10 songs. Then I started turning into a nerd because then I'm like, 10 songs is this many minutes. Okay. And I started downloading everything, but it was my mental health break from my phone.
I definitely can see that.
What I started doing is when I would exercise, now I have my phone on me when I exercise just for emergencies. But it's not connected to my workout at all. It does make it kind of challenging, though, as a content creator, because I really do want to share some of my workouts.
Right.
But I always take that and do that when it's not my workout time. Like it's not my personal workout. It's my creating workout.
I can see that.
You know what I mean? And I think a lot of people do that.
What did you call it? Recreational recovery? One of your recreational recovery days?
Yes, when I am active recovery.
Active recovery. Where did I get recreation from?
Active active recreation.
Excuse me, I'm sorry, I'm tripping.
So how many songs are you at now, like that you keep going, like running or jogging?
Oh my gosh. Okay, well, the last long run I did was on, I can tell you, it's on the calendar. So Tuesday, December 3rd was the longest run that I've done recently, except for today. Today I did 6 miles. Wow. But that was, and my little iPod Shuffle handled the load for the whole 9 miles.
Wow.
And for my meditation session after, because I do stretching and meditation after I run long distances like that. And the one thing that I like about it, when you look at it too from a really safety perspective, if I'm not using my phone when I'm outside during my workout, then I still have that battery life if there's an emergency.
Yeah, that's true.
Now, sometimes, there's an emergency, you look, your phone is dead.
You not worry about that.
I ain't got to worry about that because she got all the music. She's my Shelly. This is Shelly.
I was about to say, what did you name your iPod?
I named her Shelly. Shelly, and that's how I came back. So my name is Michelle, but Shelly is my childhood nickname. Through this journey, I had to go back and retrieve the warrior in me, which is the younger version of me, which was Shelly. And because I found her during that journey, and she's the one helping me run right now, that's why I named my iPod Shuffle Shelly. And listen, this gives you the perfect way, even when I'm doing meditation. My meditation songs are in here. I have probably about 300 songs in there right now.
Okay.
But I have a whole meditation playlist in there. So, like, when I go in the steam room, I don't have to worry about my phone getting messed up because it's all in my iPod.
Now, how do you access the playlist in that, since you're not, like, looking at it and it doesn't have, like, Siri or anything?
Why I'm doing it?
Yeah, like, okay, so when you're running, right? For example, one song that I can run to straight, probably not anymore. I was able to do it last year for sure. But one song I could run to straight with no interruptions is Hard by Rihanna and Jeezy.
Okay.
Right? No interruptions, the whole song.
Okay.
Now, let's say after that, and I go in the sauna and I want to, chill out and meditate and be zen, I'll probably tune into some Justine Sky, something, slow and melodical and just chill. How do you, on a shuffle, go from something as fast-paced as, like, Hard to something as slow-paced as, like, I can't really think of any other slow song. Okay, Justine Sky's Collide, right? That's kind of like a slow pace to where you just want to chill and relax. But how do you go from something fast and upbeat and fast-paced to something slow on a shuffle if you can't just be like, hey, Siri, change to this, or let me look at my screen and change playlists manually? Like, how?
You see this little fast forward button? It works very well.
Okay.
I just fast forward to the next song.
Until you get to that.
Until I get to my meditation music.
Okay.
But I know exactly where it is. Because I use my iPod Shuffle so much, I know exactly where it is.
Wow.
Hey, man.
Hey, 300 songs compared to, like, thousands that we may have on our phone, or if you have subscriptions to anything like Apple Music or Spotify or Pandora, like you mentioned earlier, like you can definitely know where.
And as a matter of fact, I brought. Okay, so you guys may not have seen this, especially this is how you charge it. Were y'all wondering how I charge it?
I mean, now.
I wasn't, but I am now because, real talk. Other than going to Best Buy or Target years ago, I have never seen an iPod Shuffle in person.
I haven't seen it in years. I used to have one a long time ago, so it's amazing. I actually kind of want one again.
I had a third generation iPod that wasn't even in color. It was right before the iPod Color came out, and I had that for years. I had it since high school, and then eventually I got an iPod Touch when I went to college, and then I got an iPhone. So I've never seen an iPod Shuffle in person that wasn't on display at a store.
It make me want one again. I ain't gonna lie to you.
He said I never saw one in person.
I've never seen one in person.
It make me one again.
Okay, so hence Shelly is there. We plug her in right there. She needs to be charged too.
And you going to iTunes, I'm guessing?
It goes directly to iTunes.
Now, what if we don't have a Mac? What if we have just an iPad? Could we do it that way?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. It has to definitely plug into a computer.
Okay.
If you're, so no.
Okay.
Not this one.
Not that one.
So you can't just like plug it into a charging brick and plug it in the wall?
Yeah.
You can? Okay.
I can plug it into a wall or charge it. I plug it right into a wall charger.
But I'm guessing like put the music on there.
Yeah, to put the music on, you have to have a computer.
Yeah, you have to have a computer.
Okay.
Ooh, I'm not going to show y'all what's on my playlist.
Why not?
I
mean, it's some keys.
It's tailored to her, though. Like, that's the thing.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
But, that is how, that's how we charge her, and that's how we...
So if we share, like, so if I were to share some music that I listen to, would you share some that you listen to for recommendation purposes?
Yes.
All right, perfect. So this is something I've never said on the show before. Mike, I've never even told you this as long as we've known each other. Mm-hmm. So this is an exclusive. All right, so I do have a playlist on my phone that I work out to often, and I actually listen to it for recreational purposes. But growing up as a kid, there was a period in my life, I would say probably between like 94 to maybe 96 or 94 to 97, where I like dance music, like 90s dance music.
Okay.
So Hathaway, I'm sure you guys are all familiar with What Is Love. I've listened to Hathaway, Quad City DJs. If y'all from Florida, y'all definitely know Quad City DJs. You don't know Quad City DJs, Mike?
Nah, bro, I'm sorry.
What kind of Floridian are you?
I moved when I was 8 years old. I'm sorry.
All right. Fair enough. Space Jam.
Okay.
They did the theme song for the intro music to Space Jam.
Okay.
So the very first, that's Quad City DJs.
Yeah.
So they had some other music, similar to that, some other songs similar to that. So Quad City DJs, Scat Man, like 90s dance music. I listen to that a lot. Okay. So even today in 2022, when I'm 28, 2020, I just said 2022. Excuse me. It's going to take a little while to forget. It's no longer 2022. But even today, in 2023, as I'm approaching 30, I still listen to 90s dance music. Bruh. If y'all can see his face, I know you probably going to zoom in on your face every time I say that. All right. I'm going to cut the malarkey. I'm 34. Okay, 34.
Thank you.
Shut up. But that's what I listen to when I work out sometimes. So what kind of gems would you share with us and the people? You don't have to name everything, but what do you use to kind of like help motivate you through a workout? Okay,
so I have a lot of clean ratchetness on my iPod. I do have a section. So like I said, and I don't have 300 songs. I have 103.
Okay.
I have 103, so that makes it a little easier to thumb through. But I have about 40 meditation songs. Mm-hmm. And then everything else is pretty much a mixture of hardcore hip. I have Off the Grid. I pick songs with heavy bass. Okay. Because I can time out. It's really weird because now I can hear my footsteps when I run. And I can actually hear the beat of the music, and I'd adjust my running to match the beat. But yeah, so I have a lot of Kanye. I know everybody's not a fan. I get it. I am. I'm a fan. I have, but because I'm a mom and because I'm a wife, I do download the clean version of everything. So I'm a little bit of a nerd in that area. But
nothing wrong with that at all.
Nothing wrong with that. So, I have Logic.
Okay. Wow.
I have T Grizzly.
Whoa.
I have a lot of Nas.
Okay.
I'm a Nas
Definitely
fan.
Appreciate that. Yeah.
I have a lot of DJ Khaled.
Yeah, I can see that.
I have some Future on here. Just, it's a mix. But I do listen to a lot of hip hop.
Yeah. Okay.
I do listen, but like I said, now what I do when I drive, and I'm listening to Pandora when I drive. Mm-hmm. I'm listening to that. But I remember songs. I'll write them down. If I hear something that has like a really strong bass where I know I can run to it, I'll write it down and then download it once I get home.
Oh, that's key. I like that.
Yeah.
You take recommendations?
Yes.
So here's something that really pumps me up when I'm lifting weights. Right. I have a crunk music playlist for when I'm lifting weights. And definitely sometimes when I'm on the treadmill, I just feel like I want to get amped.
Okay.
So the number one song that I listen to when I'm doing that, number two, I would say, because number one is going to be Cry Mob, Knuck If You Buck.
This guy.
Number two
okay.
would be Little Scrappy's No Problems.
Okay.
So if you want something really bass heavy that'll keep you moving.
Got you.
Yeah, I'm
like
writing
that down.
Do you be ready to fight after?
No, I'll be ready to hit the weights though. Like it really helps me power through. Like
I believe
curls and bench press and watch. End of 2023, man. Right before we hit 2024, Lord willing, I'm still here. Yes. Of course, you know what I'm saying. Right before I turn 35, so I gotta give my real age.
That's about time.
Hush. Y'all gonna see a different me, and that crunk music definitely helps me push through that.
Talk that talk, man.
Yeah, and that's what I had to bring it back to. The music is a motivator. Yeah. The music is a motivator for me, but I can tell you, just being burnout and through depression, I had forgot how to let music motivate me. It had become white noise. So I was hearing it, but it wasn't motivating me. It was just. And I wrote a poem about it, and I'm going to come back when I'm ready to share the poetry.
Okay.
Because I have a ton of healing poetry to share with you guys. But one of the poems that I wrote about is I just talk about how music had become white noise because we were so disconnected from like things that really, so I had to remove the phone and retrain my brain to just let the music move me.
Now, I do have a question because it's something that I've always, I've been tiptoed on. I just never did it. Like, how do you feel about pre-workouts and things like that? I've always been hesitant because I heard like it's like once you get on it, it's kind of like you be wanting it more, or do you feel like it's not even necessary? Like, how do you feel about those?
I like pre-workouts, but just like everything else, people have to find what works for them. Okay. So I don't really make recommendations. I can tell you what I drink. I like Celsius.
Okay.
But I don't drink it every day. I drink it if I feel like I need it. And I haven't needed any in a long time. Yeah. But when I first started this journey and my energy was a lot lower, I needed it and it helped me. But everything is not for everybody. Right. Everybody has to find what works for them.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, because we can't all have such a high metabolism to stay skinny our whole lives.
Hey, look, brother, I be trying to gain weight.
I know. Look, as long as I've known you, you've been the same size, bro.
I've been trying to gain it. It just don't want to stay on me, okay?
Dang.
Yeah, well.
I wish I had that.
Some of us, yeah. But, everybody, no matter where you are in your journey, whether your goal is to gain, whether your goal is to maintain, whether your goal is to lose, whatever it is, it requires a commitment to not just your body, but to the mentality that goes along with it. Yeah. And that's why I had to pull back from the phone and not use that and go back to basics. That's what this is all about. This is how I needed to go back to basics.
Back to basics. I like that.
Yeah. Once I was just moving on a regular basis, starting to keep track, then stuff started to fall into place. I wasn't really even worried about nutrition so much at the time, especially once I came out. I did do a hardcore, restrict my calories, doing some intermittent fasting and stuff like that. That helped me early on.
Right.
But as we all know, it's not just about losing the weight. It's about keeping it off.
Yeah.
Keeping it off is what requires daily habits.
Okay.
Any diet can get you to lose weight. Any diet works, to be honest. Like there's fad diets all over the place, quick diets, slow diets, whatever. But even once you get to your goal, and it's no longer about a diet. It's just about good nutrition, eating clean. When you're intentional by focusing just on the basics, I eat well because I don't want to mess up all this hard work.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, and I don't eat, perfect, but it's just more times than not, I eat healthy.
Yeah.
And exercise is key. Movement, I think that as human beings, if we have the ability to move, we're kind of lackadaisical in our responsibility if we don't move.
Yeah.
That is true.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And we have to take it more intentional, because that movement, like I said, exercise teaches your body how to respond to stress, which we're faced with daily stressors every single day. And, you know, that's kind of like where we are at a point that if we don't get this together and realize that we need to take mental health breaks away from the phone, away from technology, and go back to basics with some stuff. I'm not saying everything, but I'm saying go back to basics with some stuff just so you can disconnect. You have the ability to disconnect, but you have to create it.
I like that.
Create the ability to disconnect. And that's all I did by moving everything to just a regular calendar and just moving my music to where I don't need my phone.
To an iPod Shuffle, which I, again,
Shelly.
man, boy.
I'm thinking about getting one.
Shoot.
Hey, you know who has it.
Yeah.
Y'all know who has it.
Yeah. We ain't gonna shout them out though, but
Yeah,
we know who got it though.
But y'all know.
Of course.
And I bet they're affordable too.
I'm sure they are.
Really are.
Very
Because,
affordable.
boy, I almost had a look. Now, this almost caused me to have a panic attack when I thought I lost her.
Wow.
Because that's another, you see how little she is, right?
Yes.
So now everybody going to be like, so she has a whole little carrying case. Like,
Oh, she don't play no game.
so she has a carrying case, and yeah.
Okay.
So basically, what is something that the people can expect from you and you want to give to the people that they should know to look forward to?
Well, I want you guys to all follow me at Shelly is Undefeated on TikTok and on Instagram. And you can reach out to me via my website at shellyisundefeated.com. But what I have for this year for you guys is a bunch of healing poetry that is coming soon. I'm getting it together because I'm a coach that wants to, I think that a lot of us have had a lot of the harsh words, a lot of the rah, 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 let's go, let's go, let's go. And that's all well and good, and it has its place.
Yep.
But when it was time for me to heal, I needed to come to a place of calm. And I needed to bring it down a couple of notches. And in doing that, it's allowed me to, with calm, get my message across that exercise is not as hard as we have to make it all out to be. Just take it slow.
Right.
Take it from the basics, one day at a time. That's what the achievement calendar is about. One day at a time. Don't overthink it. Don't look at the big picture. Just each day, write down something you did to make yourself proud.
Yeah, because to look
Like
at all
that.
this, I know it's like that's a lot to go back and look at. Like, wow, look at what I did.
Yeah, that's a whole year.
That's a whole year.
That's a
And
whole
you even keep the sheets, at, after the month is over, like
so
just
you
to
gotta
look back.
you gotta like really, you really gotta hang on to these, because when I look back, when I stopped, I didn't even stop to look back till I got a new calendar, and I was like, wow.
One day at a time.
One day at a time.
That's amazing.
It is.
It just kept me going each day. And like I said, some days I fall off and have to catch up on days, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That really is motivation.
And you look back and you're like,
for real.
I'm
But
going
I
to get
did
me a
it.
calendar. I'm going to get iPod Shuffle. What's up?
What's up?
Stop playing.
Make it to everything.
To where I got you,
Tour.
because they probably gonna be like $20 now. Like, they gonna be cheap, so we can go. I can get you one, B. Nah,
I'm gonna come back and check on y'all though.
Hey,
Nah,
most
do it.
definitely.
I'ma do it.
I'm gonna want to see your achievement calendar updates.
I am, because I told myself this year I'm gonna transform my body. I'm getting my Michael B. Jordan on. I'm about to get swole on them. You know what I'm saying? I've been working, y'all. Look, I don't care what you say. All right, I'm gonna get good.
And listen, when you get back, you definitely gonna see a mattress gone. Like I'm gonna get rid of my mattress.
Talk that talk.
You feel me?
Yes, sir.
And it's gonna be to the point to where some of y'all see me, you're gonna be like, and then if you're not like that, then you're gonna be like,
Stop the cap.
Exactly.
Because that's what you're thinking right now. I already know.
Nah, brother. I believe in you, man. If we say we're gonna do it, let's do it.
Yes.
And we can hold each other
it.
accountable. So
Definitely.
that's what it's about,
exactly.
man.
Yeah.
Start showing each other like, hey, bro, where you at on your calendar?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see it.
Let's
And
do
don't
it.
be
Definitely.
stashing no calendars in the back, you know.
Nah. I'm gonna make sure I put it every day. Like you said, where I can see it. I think that's very important.
Oh
Yes.
yeah, absolutely. Where you can see it. So with
I like
that,
that.
I want to come back. Next time you guys have me on, I'll
most
share
definitely.
some more tips, and you can ask me some more questions.
Yeah.
I hope your viewers have some questions for me.
I think
I'm sure they will.
I think they will.
I'm sure they will.
Well, man, hey, this has been very informative. I can most definitely, I say I've enjoyed it as well. But Michelle, one thing we like to do before you go is we always like to give a question of the week for the people. And I did come up with a question. Well, I can't say that I can take credit for the question, but I wanted to gear it around the episode.
Okay.
So the question basically is, you don't have to answer it now. You can answer it when we post it, or come back on the next episode or whatever when we do it. But the question is, how does being healthy fit into your identity? And that's the question of the week for the people.
I love that question. I'm gonna ponder that.
Nah, please do think about it.
Yeah, because I have to as well. I can't even.
Nah, me too. I'm not gonna lie.
Repeat that question again, sir.
So the question of the week is, how does being healthy fit into your identity? Wow.
I like that.
It was a thought-provoking one, so yes.
Yeah.
Extremely.
Yeah, man.
Awesome.
Well, thank you, Shelly B, for, gracing us with your
welcome.
presence.
Yes. One
Thank
more
you guys
time,
so
people.
much for having me. Thank you. I
Most
look forward to
definitely.
coming back.
It's been a pleasure, and we would love to have you back sooner than later. I gotta get rid of the mattress, though. You feel me? We gotta see some sort of update. If it ain't 50 pounds, it gotta be 20 at least.
I think that would be dope. Like when we have you back on, like we're gonna revert back to this. It's gonna be like, yo, look how we look.
Okay.
So
okay, because your viewers are gonna know now.
They
Gonna hold you accountable.
Oh, shoot, you ain't lying. We can't cap B.
Nah, we can't cap. They're gonna definitely look at us and tell us, we can't. We just can't cap.
That's real.
But yo, for real, we're motivated. I hope you guys are too. We told you we had a special one lined up for you.
Yeah. Yes.
And hopefully this has definitely been enlightening and insightful to each and every single one of y'all. Even if you guys aren't watching this on YouTube, if you're just listening to the audio, hopefully this has motivated you enough to want to get out there and really go back to the basics if that's what's holding you back. Like if all the tech that we have, all the social media, your phone, the distractions, everything like that is holding you back, go back to the basics. Try that out. See if that works for you. See if that helps you. Because, to be in the gym and getting a workout on, or be in the park and getting a workout on, and notification pops up and you want to check it out, and it's like, oh, snap. Well, one thing leads to another. You fall down a rabbit hole in your phone, and you're distracted. Your workout's not even complete yet, and you're lost. Let's go back to basics, people.
That's it, man. That's it. Well,
Yes.
hey, B, you already know what we got to tell the people before we leave, man.
Where you are today is a residual outcome of the thoughts you had in the past.
Just like that.
And it's just like that. Till next time. Peace.
Peace.